Welcome to another episode of the Talking Shop podcast. I am Josh from Grand Slam Cards of Rock Hill. This is Michael at Medium Rare Cards. Behind the scenes is It's Cobb. I was waiting for a round of applause for that one. But welcome to an episode where we bring you all sorts of sports card talk. What's up, Michael?
Not much. Coming, have a little bit of a spring break letdown recovery period. So I don't know what it's like at your house during spring break, but it's bananas. Like I always have appreciated teachers, and just during spring break, it's just like severely underpaid.
Yeah, spring break's always been a quieter week in the shop, or week or two in the shop. It's been that way ever since we took over in 2017. So spring break, but our weekend was really good here at the shop. We had a super strong weekend. We had a Magic release on Friday, plus a big Pokemon fill-in. And the sports card side of the shop on Saturday sold really well. So yeah, we had a busy Saturday, and then I just had a very chill Sunday with the fam, and back at it today, Monday. If you hear any murmuring in the background, there's a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament going on here at the shop right now.
Nice. How is the shop? I mean, we've come out of this what seemed like just a fantastic sort of chaotic first quarter of the year for sports cards. And looking back, what did this first quarter look like for the 2023 compared to last year? Was it up? Was it down? Was it about the same?
It was down a little bit because the last 2 years have been just so crazy strong. Yeah. So, but it was a good first quarter for sure.
Good.
No complaints. Things are starting to return to normal. It's kind of, I laugh because I'm starting to get invoices now for new product that, isn't $20,000 for a case of cards. So, it's easier to sell the stuff. There's no doubt a downtrend in traffic just because the hobby is kind of returned to normal a little bit, but people still come out for the new stuff and the good stuff. And, we know that if a Pokemon product launches on the weekend, we're going to be busy with selling that product. And if a good sports product is in the shop, we're going to sell it. So, the days of anything you put up on the shelf flies off, those days I think are gone. So I think shops like mine are having to buy a little smarter, because when business is so strong, that makes up for some bad purchases sometimes.
Right.
Like, I'm gonna business is good, the money's flowing, let's buy a case of this that we wouldn't normally buy. And so I think shops a little bit are tightening the belt a little bit, just being smarter. I know I got that vibe from the card shop in Amarillo when I was there over a spring break with the family. I've had guys that have opened their own little breaking pages come into the shop and have moved on from that. They just having a hard time, like everybody, with filling breaks. And so I had one gentleman that was in the store the other day, said it was fun while it lasted, but but it was over for him. He had a breaking page that was doing okay. He was even getting some product from a distributor, actually, finally.
Nice.
And so, but decided to hang it up. It was just getting too hard to fill breaks, which everybody's feeling. So
let me ask you this. I know we didn't even talk about this during the pregame, but so when these breakers that sort of were riding the high of the industry, and then sort of the energy falls out of the bottom of it, what happens to that distribution? Does it just go away, or can they offer it to you?
well, in theory, yeah. In theory, it would help out with allocations for the accounts that are still left. I think more often it probably stays on the shelves for them for restock purposes. Probably there's a little bit more to restock, but I think a lot of breakers, a majority of breakers were smaller time breakers. Guys that started a little breaking business on Facebook or out of their house. I think they were probably buying from card shops and from distributors online and just marking the product up a little bit to break it, move it quickly, make a little bit of money. But because a lot of people were trying to get opened up with accounts and they were being stricter because there was no brick and mortar involved. And it was just got to a point where everybody was wanting to open up an account and they were just like, we're not opening up any more accounts, or we'll open you up, because they'll open anybody up, but you're only going to get a box or two here and there. So we'll see that. There's a lot of uncertainty in that area.
Interesting. Well, along with spring break and some downtime came the NBA playoffs. Did you catch any of the games?
So I haven't watched any of the games yet, just highlights, and then I'll follow the headlines so far. I was batching it for this weekend, so I kind of had all 5 kids on the side, plus the shop and everything. So I haven't had a whole lot of time to just sit and chill yet. So I think my life will return a little bit more to normal this week. So I'll probably watch a little bit, but I definitely tune in to see, what teams are what made it from the play-in games and where it's heading. As it gets a little deeper, then it gets a little juicier, and I'll follow it even closer. So.
Well, the reason why I wanted to bring this up in the opening rip is that there's, like, for me on the hobby side, there's 2 different sides to the coin here. One is in like a microcosm of one side of the coin is like Kawhi Leonard, right? I don't know if he's going to, I don't know enough about basketball to say whether or not he's going to be a Hall of Famer, but certainly there was a time where Kawhi Leonard was top 5 player in the league,
or top 3. Yeah, I'd even go 3.
Yeah. And so, but he, with injuries and leaving, San Antonio, then going to the Raptors, and now he's out in LA. People have just sort of forgotten about him, right? And the hobby has completely turned its back on Kawhi. If you look at Kawhi's stuff, it's nowhere close to what a top 3 player in the NBA would command. And the other side of the coin is a kid, and super, super duper upside with this kid. In fact, when Gary Vee was sort of touting that sports cards was going to explode, I remember the clip, and I had no idea who he was talking to, but he was just like, De'Aaron Fox is going to be a superstar. And I was like, I don't know who that is. Well, he dismantled, or him and the Kings dismantled, the Warriors the other night. And I think the talk of the Warriors sort of breezing their way into the finals, or at least the semifinals, that chatter sort of stopped. So I wanted to ask you real quick during this opening rip. We know it's going to happen, right? We know that people are going to forget and move on, right? It happens every year. It happens every cycle. So why do you think that is? Is it just recency bias? Is just the way we're built? Is because the way the news cycle is? Talk to me. Because I think there's opportunity in knowing that we're going to forget about these superstars and really, really good rookies, and then sort of stashing away, or sort of, taking a shot here or there. What are your thoughts?
What's unfair about Kawhi is that his hobby love kind of reflects his personality. He's just really quiet
Right.
and just goes. He's always just gone about it, dominating the game, just super quiet. And
Mhm.
so I think some of that, there's no controversy around him. He doesn't. It's just quietly does his job, and I think that's a big part of why Kawhi's stuff. You got to be. I don't want to say polarizing, because if you get it's sometimes polarizing. If you get a lot of bad press around you too, it can do the opposite. But it's like they need to be talking about you, not just because you're killing it out there, but there's got to be some sort of, uh, Joe Burrow
It's
does
just
it, and Joe Burrow, has the cigar, and he has
right.
the, so there's that feel to it. I don't know. That's why I think Kawhi kind of flies under the radar a little bit, but um, I've tried to figure it out for 6 years now, why some guys just don't get the hobby love, and then some of them, it's like the hobby just latches onto one of them and
Right.
just won't let go of them, no matter how poorly they do. Um,
I think the one exception to that rule, and then we'll move on, is a guy like Trout, right? Trout isn't flashy, right? He just hits 340 home runs and 100 RBIs like for like 20 straight years. There's a lot of controversy. He lets his play sort of do the talking.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean, I think he's the only one because I think he's just been crowned, right?
yeah,
As like the guy.
yeah. For a
So
period of time there, he's just so good. You could just give him MVP. It was like LeBron in his prime, and you know, a lot of these guys in their prime. It's like just every year you could give him MVP. You could make a case for it. So, yeah, Trout is definitely a little bit of an outlier. Like with Brady, you always had some controversy around him, and even not of his even own doing sometimes, and sometimes it was, but
yeah, but Brady's got all the rings, man. I mean, so you
yeah,
don't
but
need any. You
before,
don't need to be any more flashy than that when you've got all the hardware. But
yeah,
what about like guys like De'Aaron Fox and these rookies that he was just sort of forgotten,
yeah,
and then you get the next crop of rookies, the next shiny thing. Every rookie in the universe is going to be forgotten about next year when this Victor Wembanyama kid shows up. I
yeah.
mean, so
What's up,
I don't
Derek?
know. We
Derek
just
Trout made the playoffs one time and they got swept.
yeah.
So I think that was his little. That's a little side note. With De'Aaron Fox and guys like that, it's like if coming out of the draft, if the hobby didn't latch onto them, then it's like they have a really hard time latching onto these guys and
That's a
letting
great
them.
point.
So it's like it's unfair. If the hobby was smarter, they'd wait and see how some of these guys start out or start playing or develop a little bit, then latch onto them. But everyone wants to latch onto them first,
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
that
get ahead of
FOMO.
that curve, buy up that stuff, try and then ride the wave and try to resell it higher. So maybe that the hobby will change in that regard a little bit.
Make these kids prove themselves a little bit.
Yeah, maybe first, because if it doesn't matter, if the guy wasn't if he was a not sought after rookie, it's almost like no matter what they do, they'll never bring a Zion type rookie price. You know what I mean? And what has he done yet? So not that I'm not giving up on him, but
Well, on the lighter side of things, not that that was really heavy, but I know that was a sort of a thick question that I threw on you. Did you see? Did you see this Justin Herbert card? Jacob, can you flash that on the
I
screen?
did. I actually, you sent this in our group, but I saw it beforehand floating around one of the pages. So it's a NFL Shield 1 of 1 Herbert card out of Immaculate. That I guess the idea is they accidentally sent the card to Derek Carr to be autographed, and so um, Derek went
he
ahead and inscribed.
Yeah, he put the score of the game that where they beat him, and I mean he had fun with it, and then Panini put it in a pack.
Yeah.
This was pulled.
Here's what I think. So I think that's Justin Herbert's autograph, though, under it.
No, that's DC.
Is it Derek Carr's?
Yep.
Because Herbert has an autograph. I dare you to pull up Herbert's autograph. I think it
We'll
looks
have to
really
find
similar
it.
to that. So I
No,
thought
this is
maybe it got to both hands, knowing Derek teased the inscription and then Justin signed it. But you would think Justin probably would have wrote something else on there to defend himself.
I love this. I love this. I love the fact that Panini like leaned into it and made it a bit of a chase. I mean, I wouldn't even know. Yeah, that's Derek Carr's signature. I wouldn't even know how to price this card.
Yeah, or Panini was Panini and they just were idiots and saw, all right, we got it back and it's signed and put it in there. I'd actually put more money on that happening than Panini playing along with it. But either way, it's cool.
It is cool. It is cool. I just wanted to bring that up. This is off of, I guess, Swish Breaks pulled it. Could you imagine? I mean, does the person that had the Raiders have a claim to this card?
No, the Chargers.
In this break?
That's a Chargers card all day.
That is a Chargers card. All right. Let me do a quick rundown. We're going to talk about products that are coming to the shop here in the next segment. Then we're going to jump behind the counter and talk about a little Monopoly. I can't wait to get your take on that. A couple listener questions, card from the vault, hits from the shop, and then crazy stat of the week. But first, Josh, what is coming to the shop this week?
I got a few products this week. So, Wednesday, we've got Revolution Basketball. The timing is perfect for that. We just sold our very last box of last year's Revolution. We had a bunch of that, and so the last box sold Saturday, so perfect timing for this year's to arrive. We've got a little funky twist on Topps Chrome. This is Topps Chrome MetaZoo, which is going to be over on the gaming side. So when I saw that pre-order come through, I thought, I don't know if this is sports or if this is actually MetaZoo, or a combo of both. So I ordered it, and it'll be there. Got Topps Archive Signatures on Friday and Donruss Clearly Football on Friday. We've got, for our Yu-Gi-Oh listeners, I know there's a bunch of you out there, there's a 25th anniversary Legendary Collection product that comes out Friday. We can sell it actually on Wednesday because we are an official tournament store. And I think that is it for this week, besides a fill-in order of some odds and ends. 7 Cards is asking about Donruss FIFA Soccer Ixnay on the Ockersay Donruss Day. In my defense, I put in an order for it and was denied. So
7 cards. You and me can go out and find some soccer. We'll find some soccer. I don't know what the chase is. I'm guessing it's like in that Donruss product. It may be a Kaboom or a Downtown.
Yeah, there's so Bowman is next week. Derek's already asking about that. I think for us, Derek, it's probably like $2.99 a box. Don't quote me on that. I think the pre-sales are like between $250 and $300 for a hobby box, and I think the jumbos are like between $500 and $600. So we won't have that nailed down. I don't even have my allocations yet. So, but that's a next weeker. So we'll tackle that on the next podcast. I'll know more then.
Fantastic. Hey, don't sleep on that Revolution Basketball product. I love
that's a hobby box that's always low priced because there's no guaranteed autos, but you'll get numbered stuff. You'll get an auto every couple boxes. So yeah, if you like NBA hobby boxes and want to save a little money, those boxes, I mean, we're usually, they're under $150 for a hobby box. So
I mean, and they're great looking cards. I mean, they're a little on the flashy side, but I mean, nothing's better than, some of those parallels coming out of there. The Galactics out of Revolution, any sport, they're fantastic.
Yep.
Fantastic.
I agree.
All right, let's jump behind the counter here. Let's talk about a product. And my buddy Nathan, I caught him on Instagram last night. He went live and he broke a couple boxes. And Jacob, if you could pull it up, because I couldn't believe it. It is Monopoly Prizm Basketball. That up on the screen.
Yeah. So I'll be honest here. When I first saw it come through, I was like, "This I don't think is going to be very popular," and I may end up being wrong. That's if you're watching, that's a picture of a Monopoly Black 1/1 Chet Holmgren rookie that I saw actually in a 101 Facebook group. So I snagged that picture because I thought it was pretty sweet. So I really didn't know there were cards like that in this product when I first saw it. So I may be wrong on this product. It looks pretty sweet.
It does look sweet. Nathan, when he broke it, it's a and I'll talk until Jacob pulls up the Cardboard Connection link. But the breakdown here is very, very interesting. So if you buy the game, you get a starter pack, which is those are paper cards. They're not the chromium finish. And then 2 Prizm packs, which here are some of the Monopoly parallels. You can get the Go Space Prizm, the Handshake Deal Prizm, Monopoly Black Prizm, the Green Money Shimmer Prizm, Pink Money Shimmer. I mean,
these are probably going to be pretty popular, collectible, perhaps.
I tell you, Panini has been sort of just farting around for the last year and a half, and people have been saying, "Oh, they're just biding their time until the transfer of the licenses happens." But I like this.
Yep.
I like this.
The key, like anything in value, is the rarity of these. So if the print run is kind of limited, this could end up being pretty juicy. I mean, if you're a collector of some of these players, like let's say you're a Luka collector, you got to have that card in your collection, right? I mean, if there was a Brady of this, man, I'm all over it. Yep. 7 Card says the checklist is very short. Definitely a good buy. I'm starting to agree with that.
It's 90 players, man. And there are some, I mean, all the big rookies are in here. And for some reason, scroll down just a little bit, Jacob, if you could, down to the Color Blast. You heard me right. Color Blasts in this set. Keep going. They have not, for some reason, they're not announcing. They don't have the full Color Blast checklist. You could see TBA. To me, this smacks of just like SSP and tops.
Mm-hmm.
Like this right here is compelling. It reminds me of when the Logo Fractor boxes came out from Tops, and they sold out immediately. And now they're taking a page out of Topps book, and well played. Not only is the product, I think it's a fantastic product, but they could not have timed it any better.
Yeah, makes you wonder if there's going to be a football version and baseball version. Maybe if the basketball does well, they'd be foolish not to follow it up with each sport.
Oh yeah, I mean, we were talking the pregame, Jacob. I was like, he's like, heck yeah, I'd buy a WWE version of this. I mean,
kind of with him. I'm with him on that.
I mean, and so this is the question that I have. Number one, just me being curious, and drop your comments in the chat. Best board game ever. Best board game ever.
See, I was struggling over this question because it's like best board game for human history and for everybody, or like my opinion of a best board game, or I mean, if we were having a game night, I wouldn't pick Monopoly to play, but I think it's got to be in the top 3 of all time just for its staying power and its, all the perfect qualities it has as a board game. You got to put it up there. But I was telling you, me and my wife play games with some friends pretty regularly, but they're like nerd games, nerd strategy games that are pretty fun. And I guarantee you, most of you have never heard of any of them, but they're really fun. So those are in my top 10s, but those can change. 7 card says Battleship, and I think that might be up there. And what's even better than the actual physical Battleship is the app where you can play locally. I play with my kids locally. We sit across the room, and it's just boom, 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 boom. You can start another game, arrange your ships, boom. It's a blast. So
Derek, that's cold. That cuts deep, and it's hilarious.
I saw Derek. I saw the Brittany Griner one. I saw Brittany Griner get out of jail free 1 of 1 card. That's hilarious.
That's funny.
But yeah, I want to do like Derek's doing there. This whole time we're talking about it, all I want to do is quote Ace Ventura on all his Monopoly. Do not pass go. Do not collect.
Yeah. So for me, best board game ever. For me, I have no clue. Like we were not a big
Clue. You just said it.
Yeah, could you imagine a clue game using like collectible? Like I don't know. I don't know if another game would. I don't even know how this is going to play out. This Monopoly game with Prizm Basketball. But for me, like board games like like kids games, that's apples to apples and Clue,
categories.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's a whole
TV. Have you ever played
handful of them.
Jackbox?
But this isn't the first time I've seen a game mashup of with sports. Like they're not very collectible because it's like playing cards, but there's like sets of playing cards with caricatures of soccer players that look fantastic. Like there's a nice one. They were produced in 2018, so it would technically be a rookie card. And this deck of cards has Mbappe in it.
You always got to take things.
There's your soccer. But I mean, I don't know, man. I heard this quote about collectibles, and I'll never forget it. But it's like the most valuable collectibles were not collectible when they were made. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
And I never would have thought of that.
Tops. 52 tops as an example.
Right.
Baseball. Wasn't supposed to be
It was supposed to be a hobby, not a
bubblegum with picture cards.
Absolutely. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not this catches on, whether they do it with other sports, whether they do it with other games. I don't know if there's another game. Can you think of another game that would translate other than like a playing like a card deck?
Well, Jacob jokingly said,
Uno.
The life, because you could do like, instead of what career, it could be what team you're gonna be on, and you get to spend the money and make different salaries and blah blah blah. But yeah, Monopoly is just iconic. It's like, probably if you did a Family Feud and said top 5 board games of all time, top 5 answers are on the board, Monopoly is going to be number 1. So I'm sure that's the reason behind that. Derek says, are you a Catan guy, Josh? Those are I've played that one, and those are the types of games that we play. But I'll throw out 3 or 4 of them that we play. You'll never have heard of them, but if you want to Google them, they're really fun. So Lords of Waterdeep, it's kind of a Dungeons and Dragons one-off game. Dogs of War is a really good one. Libertalia is a pirate one that's really fun. There's one I can't remember the name. It's called like Escape the Island. That one's really fun. So they're games like Settlers of Catan. And I told you I was a nerd. in disguise. So you guys are jerks. I'm never opening up to you again.
Anyway,
Yeah,
we'll
I got to
bail
try to
you
get
out.
my hands on some of this Monopoly stuff to try it
Yes.
out.
So, like, I just sent over Jacob a couple links. So apparently, there's variations because if you toggle back and forth between these, Jacob, you've got a Devin Booker SSP, and then if you switch over to the next one, there's a Devin Booker SSP. Different image. I believe it's the same parallel though. So they've been thoughtful about this. I don't know which one's the base and which one's the true SSP.
So if this product launches April 16th, how are these already on eBay?
People probably got wind of it, built some bots or used some bots and
Yeah, but
bought
still,
out
if
Target.
it's not available till tomorrow, what's tomorrow? Is today the 16th?
I think it launched this weekend.
Oh, what's today? The 17th. Okay, well, that's why they're on there. Never mind.
So, just very interesting.
I like it.
Proud of Panini for not getting in their own way, and making a product that I think there's a true chase here. So, might have to grab a couple of these boxes. Maybe do a preview break of it.
I'm gonna, yeah, on a little. This has nothing to do with what we've been talking about. In the comments, a friend sent me since we're in the behind the counter section of the program. In the comments, I'm going to have. We're going to post a YouTube link that a friend sent to me, and it was involving if you're thinking of opening your own card shop. The title of it's called "The Real Cost to Opening a Card Shop." So we'll post that in the comics. It's a good little, I think, 15 or 20-minute video of a local card shop owner talking about all the expenses to keep in mind if you want to start your own card shop. And my friend sent it to me. I thought it was really interesting, and it was right on point. So enjoy that click after the podcast. Don't watch it now. Watch us instead. But Eric says Betrayal at the House on Haunted Hill, isn't it? A very good one if you like a game like that. I'm into those types of games. Recommend that one. Yeah, like off the top of my head, there's probably 5 more favorites that I like. This one's a little bit different, but I like the Munchkin games. Are you familiar with those? There's all the different Munchkin genres. So,
like Munchkin from like the Wizard of Oz.
I don't know. It's more of
right. Is that the Munchkins? Right.
Yeah, those are Munchkins.
Yeah. Right.
But no, those are they're Munchkins.
My thing with board games, and we're on a complete tangent now, but that's okay. Hang in there with us, guys. My thing with board games is, so when you're playing a new board game, like one you've never played before, and you're trying to get through the rules of it, like what's your, like, do you play a couple rounds of these things to get the rules? I mean, or do you like sit down with everybody and you're reading through these rules as you go?
Yeah, there's no doubt that the first time you play it as a group, the guy that's played it before is going to kind of coach everything, and after a few rounds then they kind of get the idea, but it's not truly fair until you've played it. Everybody understands it. We always joke around at the end of 2 hours. All right, we know it now. We've learned it. Now let's play one for real, and by then everyone's ready to call it a night. But then you play it next time.
This is a shameless plug for a buddy of mine. Him and a friend have a Kickstarter. Look this up. It's a game. And they developed this game, and it's got these. It's like a trading card game. Well, not really a trading card game, but you've got these characters, and I guess you could power them up. I'm not sure, but I bought into it because I wanted to support them. It's called Food Coma, and what you do is you pull these cards and you try to get the other players in the game to go into a food coma, and that's how you win. But what's cool is if you bought in on the Kickstarter at a certain level, you could actually have a card of yourself.
Oh, that's cool.
In the game. There it is, Food Coma.
There it is, Food Coma.
So I thought the illustrations, the the cartoonish illustrations. I don't know what this reminds me of, but it reminds me of another sort of genre. And good luck to my buddy Arlen.
Yeah.
I
Well,
hope it's a success.
if we're plugging our own games, so y'all know I have 5 kids and 4 of them that are board game able to play because they're old enough. But I made my own board game for playing with them about 2 years ago, and I printed out. I had it printed out at Walgreens, big poster size board, and I drew out all the squares. And it's kind of like a Monopoly square that you go around. But we went and bought. Every time we'd go to Target or something, we'd buy the sets of die-cast metal superhero figures that are like that small. So, and each superhero character, like the Hulk and Captain America and Flash and all of them, Punisher, we found every time we'd find some, we'd buy a package and add it to the game. But I print out like 4x6 cards of each one of the superheroes. So you'd pick out your superhero before the game starts, and you'd set it in front of you, and then you'd get your matching die-cast figure to put on the board. But on your card, it also told you like the benefits that you have for being that. So like with Flash, when you roll the dice, you get to roll like 3 dice instead of 2 because he's going to go around the board faster. And
that's fantastic.
it was those are the little die-cast figures. So you would use those. We made our own game. It was pretty well thought out.
You should take it to market. I mean, getting licenses from Marvel and DC should be pretty easy. Just if you just write them a quick email,
and probably cheap.
They'll say, "Yeah, this like
probably doesn't cost much." But that was our behind the counter segment on the Dog podcast.
All right, enough of behind the counter. Go out. If you open up, if you go out and buy this Panini Basketball Monopoly game, let us know if you pull anything nice. It may make hits from the shop.
On the behind the counter section, though, if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, you would have seen that I opened that 96-97 Topps Basketball Series 2 box that we've got, and with Kobe's rookie. So I say that to say, had a customer buy some of those off of us, and another one of the card boxes he bought was this one, which is 96-97 Topps Stadium Club Basketball, Kobe's rookie year. And so when he bought those, he said, "Hey, let's open one together." So we opened it, and he pulled this card. Check this out. We're not to the hits from the shop yet, but this is we got excited about this one. So it's one of the rookie inserts called Rookie Showcase, and it's the Kobe Bryant hologram.
That's
sweet. He left it with me because we're sending it to PSA. It's really, really clean. I don't think it's a 10, but it's really, really packed fresh and clean. It wasn't bricked or anything. So he got super excited when we saw this one, and so did I. And that was really fun to get to open that box with him. We have another one. I don't know if we're going to sell it or open this one on YouTube just for some content. But I got to open one of the Series 2 boxes with him as well. And like the box we pulled, I think we hit like at least 4 Kobe rookies out of it. And 3 of the 4 were super, super clean. So
nice.
So that was awesome. a little plug I wanted to put in there just so I could show that Kobe card. That was really cool to see that come out.
Well, we got a couple questions here. Okay. And I want to throw these up to you. PSA is they're offering a special for Ultra Modern. I think it's like $16 a card. The question is, will you guys be sending in anything personally to take advantage of this? And so the details behind the special is like, it's got to be from 22-23 sports product. And so, Josh, are you going to be taking advantage of this personally?
That's pretty ultra, as far as that's some really new stuff, potentially. And since we're submitting for customers now, we may have some customers that do that for sure. But if you're listening and you have some, we for sure could do that for you. I don't know if we'll send anything. Probably, we'll see how long does it say how long that lasts, that promotion?
I want to say it's through the end of May.
Yeah, so
it's an extended special, and so I mean, that takes care of some pretty nice baseball product that's coming out. And this is in complete response to what SGC has been doing.
Yeah. And
with Topps. So
my cards from the vault tonight will actually be 3 SGC cards that we got back literally today. So I'm going to show the 3 that I had 3 come back. We had a bunch come back for customers, but I had 3 come back personally. So those are going to be my cards from the shop, since we're talking about some great stuff.
Awesome. The second question is, and I'm going to completely lean on you or lean on the audience for this one. What does it mean when I see true RPA or true rookie card in an eBay listing, or if somebody has that on a card at a show?
So this would be my take on it. That's the card that they kind of crown as the main rookie patch auto, because that's what RPA stands for that player. So for instance, in, I think, National Treasures, they'll do rookie patch autos of players, and they do the horizontal and then they do the vertical. And the vertical has been crowned as the number 1 card to have. And I believe, as weird as it sounds, the numbered to 99 is the one they crown as like the true rookie patch auto of that player. Because you'll have ones that are numbered a lot lower, and for whatever reason, the 1 of 1 isn't crowned as the true RPA. But that's always been my take on. Now, some people in their eBay listing may just put true rookie card or true RPA to entice buyers. But as far as I know, the true RPA is the one main card that has been crowned the best one to have. Not best as in most valuable, but probably the numbered to 99, because that would be the kind of like the big base out of National Treasures, because everything's numbered out of there. So I think I'm right. I think that's the answer. The numbered to 99 National Treasures vertical rookie patch auto is the true RPA. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it.
So that takes care of Panini, right? I don't feel like RPA is a thing in baseball, though, is it? And if it is, what's it coming out of?
Yes, because they wouldn't crown probably the National Treasures rookie patch auto for a baseball player, since it's not licensed. So
is it Dynasty? Which just dropped, right? Like the last week.
Yeah, Dynasty? I would say no. That's a question that I may need to do a little research on.
Yeah. And it's funny, right? RPAs, I mean, it sort of rolls off the tongue and sounds nice. But it is, I feel like that's sort of a football, basketball thing.
Right.
Like,
I think it's because it is National Treasures.
And maybe it's because it's just a more modern variant of a rookie card chase. And by the way, Anthony, good evening to you. And I guess, Josh, if you want to address Anthony, he was really just talking to me.
Oh, Anthony can kick rocks. Let's see. I'm looking at eBay right now. True RPA. So I'm seeing Origins. I'm seeing Immaculate. I'm seeing Noir. I'm seeing Playbook. So I think people are using the true word a little loosely.
Right.
But that has always been my understanding in the card shop, because here's some of the National Treasures, but they're still calling them true RPAs.
Yeah.
It's like when eBay listers call things an eBay 101, or, you can't take anything that an eBay lister puts down and call it good. We need a we need an sports card titles Bible.
Yeah.
It tells
Well,
you
let's shift gears then. So, what would a true rookie card be? So, this has been a little conflated because of just print runs and just the modern baseball card market. But like back in the day, you maybe had three, and when I was a kid, it was like the Don Mattingly rookie card, right? And so Don Mattingly, it was to me and to a lot of Mattingly collectors, we're probably talking about the '84 Donruss, right? As far as his rookie card. And then the closer you get to modern cards, the more confusing it gets. Like, what's the true rookie card of Ken Griffey Jr.?
Right. Yeah.
And then it moves into, for at least for baseball, what's the true rookie card for Trout? I mean, there's the Bowman that's sought after, but it's got to be the 2011 update, right?
Right. Yeah.
And then if you're talking about update, let's go fast forward to 2022. You've got J-Rod, or not even J-Rod. Let's talk about Wander, who's just completely on fire right now. But Wander has rookie cards in Series 1. He's got rookie cards in Series 2. He's got rookie cards in Update, in Archives, in
100.
So, gun to your head, what's the true rookie card today for, like, let's cover the sports real quick. So for baseball, what would the true rookie card for a player be today in baseball?
And are you like their true base rookie card? Because that's going to be different too. I would say the first Topps base card, like Trout's is 2011 update because he wasn't in Series 1 or 2. So Derek makes a good point here. Bowman claims they are home of the rookie card. I mean, Aaron Judge's rookie year is 2017. So his 2017 Topps card is his rookie card, but he's got product all the way back to 2013 and 2014 Bowman products. So it gets a little convoluted there. I'm on a blowout forum right now. Let me read this. I haven't read it yet. It says, this is someone's quote. It says, okay, so every time I turn around, someone in the hobby coins a new term that they attach to a card in order to increase its value, like we were talking about on eBay. The newest term I've been seeing is true RPA. Just when I thought that true rookie couldn't be outdone, I find myself trying to understand what a true RPA is. It seems to me that this should be the criteria, but something tells me it isn't. Is the card manufactured during the player's rookie year? Is there a patch cut from the player's team's jersey? Is there an autograph from the player affixed to the surface of the card? If all three criteria are met, you are holding a true rookie patch autograph. When did the term true RPA pop up and why? What is the difference between an RPA and a true RPA? What is a fake RPA other than a fraudulent manufactured card designed to cheat collectors? So someone has an answer here that I think the first answer chimes in with what I said. This person says they don't like it either, but it comes from National Treasures. Like I said, National Treasures could have multiple different RPAs of a given rookie. Some started referring to the vertical, numbered to 99, with the RC symbol on it as the true RPA. That was kind of the original crowned true RPA. That is in contrast to the card with the horizontal, the card numbered to 25, a card with no rookie card or rookie logo, which could also be in that year. So I think that's where that term started from. I think I'm right there, but couldn't we say that any true RPA would be that three criteria?
Right.
From the player's rookie year, an actual jersey card attached to it, and an autograph from the player. This says on the surface of the card, which you kind of have to, I mean, is that, if it's on a sticker, is it not a true RPA? So again, when you see it on eBay, I think you see it as a seller's
marketing tool
for sure. But I think if you want to go true RPA, you got to go with that National Treasures vertical numbered to 99. And sorry, baseball, that leaves you out. But you have Bowman, so that's not fair anyway.
Well, so for you guys that are newer to the hobby, so there's the rookie card where I don't know when the RC logo started showing up on cards, but you've got the rookie card, and then you've got their first Bowman card, and that's before it's the first time they show up in a Bowman product in a, a professional uniform. Some of these things are airbrushed, but and then my understanding it's that first Bowman auto that is sought after, and then
Sure.
I think right now, if you had to ask me for baseball, it would probably be the Topps Chrome Auto is probably the most sought after
Sure.
rookie card for a player.
Yep.
Now,
Those are
yeah,
staple products. It's best part of
absolutely,
it. They're long
absolutely.
time staple products. We sold a graded Bowman Chrome Aaron Judge auto yesterday. I think it was graded a 9 or something like that, but it was a cool card. We sold it. We picked it up off a customer and sold it in the shop like the same day, believe it or not.
Nice,
Sweet
nice.
card.
Thank you for those questions. If you have questions, either you can actually there's a link, Jacob. If you could drop that link here, I'll actually drop it in here. There's a link that you could go to, and no one has taken us up on this. But if you click on this link, you can actually, and I'll drop it in the show notes. You can actually leave a voice message of a question. And please, somebody take us up on this because I want to play it on air. Of a question that we can answer. Please try to make it somewhat serious. It could be goofy, and would love to answer questions that way. So take us up on that. I'll put that in the show notes.
We'll have
Um,
to we'll have to talk soon on an episode about, remember the Michael Jordan Soul of the Game card no one can find? That
yes.
card, as we speak, is at Beckett.
Well, when that comes back, we will make an episode out of it.
Beckett is one of the only grading companies that has agreed to slab that card, which is a huge first step in getting its authenticity verified. And I think one of the higher ups at Beckett is going to intercept that submission for us and snag that card and deal with it personally, I think. So that's a
Nice.
little update on that Jordan Soul of the Game card that no one still yet has been able to find a duplicate of. And
One of a
we'll
kind.
talk more of it when it comes back.
I do want to bring something up. George Stewart asked us to start talking about when card shows were going to be taking place. And I just thought of this because I asked Josh if he was going to Spartanburg this weekend, and he was like, I didn't know there was a show. I'm like, it's like you're running a shop or something. Why don't you know everything about this hobby?
Card show at Grand Slam every Saturday. Oh,
What I do is I just Google card shows near me, and this is the link that comes up. It's Sports Collectors Digest. And then you go by state. So if you click on South Carolina there, and it should show up.
Is
There
May
it is.
6th is card night at the church on
So
90? Oh,
it's not listed here, which makes me look like a complete idiot. But this is usually the site that I go to. If you go to North Carolina, most of the North Carolina shows are on there. But this is the site I go to. Sports Card Investor also has a map of shows that are happening. So there's different sites that you can go to. But there is a show this weekend in Spartanburg. If you see me there, I'll be set up. Please come say hello and
is it sold out?
let's do a deal. I'll find out.
Find out for me because I'll send me and someone else probably down there to set up a few tables if it's available.
Fantastic. And you can see here at the end of April, there's one in Raleigh. I'm probably not making that one, but that is a big one there in Raleigh at the end of April.
And as you can see scrolling across the bottom, card night, second card night, Saturday, May 6th. That's a couple weeks away. So grab a table if you can, if you want, and spread the word. Pokemon tables are invited. So we want to do sports cards and Pokemon for this one.
Piper's going to hate you. She had the corner on that market a little bit.
Hey,
because she had her Pokemon out. Now there are other Pokemon dealers. She's not going to talk to you ever again.
She should thank me. You know why? Because that's going to bring
a lot
more. It's going to bring a lot more Pokemon customers through. It's like I had a shoe store in a small town a long time ago, and when another shoe store came in nearby, the thought was, "Oh, this is not going to be good." All it did was just get people in the shoe buying mind, and it would bring those shoe buyers from the little towns around to come to our town because now there's a couple of shoe stores. So I'm using that logic for Piper. It's going to have some competition, but there's going to be a lot more customers to go around for her. So.
Competition's good. All right. Card from the vault. Josh, go ahead. You go first.
Mine, like I said, we had one of our SGC orders came back today. So if you had cards submitted through SGC, double check your account. You may have some cards back at the shop. I only had 3 that I sent off with this batch. Here's one we pulled in a break, and the customer sold it to me out of this year's Prizm. It was the throwback Tom Brady, the silver. So the customer that sold it to me, you'll be probably pleased to know that I got a 9, so I didn't make a bunch of money at your expense, but this is out of this year's Mosaic. I just fell in love with this look. It's the silver swagger.
Sweet.
So these are the ones that aren't worth a whole lot, but I just wanted them in slabs. So I did get a 9.5 on that. You probably saw I got a 9 on the Prizm throwback. And then this one's out of this year's Zenith. So these are all 3 really, really new cards, but this one is numbered to 50, and I got a 9.5 out of that. Just another card, not super valuable, but belongs in a slab, in my opinion. Those are 3. I haven't done a Brady card in a while, so those are my 3 SGC cards to add to the Brady collection. How about you?
So, decided to put my money where my mouth is, and I'm giving them one more chance. So I've got 3 cards here. 2 of them are one player and football, and the other one is a current guy that's absolutely tearing up the baseball. So you actually turned me on to this insert, but this is the Russell Wilson splitting image card.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that's sweet. I had the moment.
This is the black scope out of 25.
Nice.
So, and then this one's out of Phoenix, and I just thought that it was a cool looking card. This is the Contours insert. I think this is a case hit.
Yep.
Out of Phoenix.
I don't know if they're case hits.
And then this one is numbered
nice.
to
10.
So just stocking up on some Russell Wilson. Hopefully he'll have a big year, and the Russell Wilson Broncos version of Russell Wilson, those collectors come out looking for those cards. And this I picked up in spring training. I'd heard that he was in great shape and had fixed a couple things in his swing. But this is the rainbow foil Jared Kelenic PSA 10.
Nice.
So I don't know what he's done today or if they have an off day, but he's hit 4 home runs or 4 games in a row with a home run. So he's really seeing it well. And,
so George is our Facebook user there, asked if he could see what he got from SGC. This would take me like 15 seconds to go grab his cards. Let's look at what he got. George, if you're cool with that, we'll show him on here.
Yep,
you can fill time for a second.
Absolutely. Anthony says, Michael got a sweet Russell auto that I just got back. You'd like to sell. Hit me up. Slide into the DMs. Let me see what you got. It all depends on condition and what it is and what product. Would love to see it, though.
All right, George, these came back today. You were part of the SGC order. These are 2 Lawrence Taylor cards. George is one of our local Giants fans and LT collector. Let's see. All right. So the first one is out of 2017 Phoenix. It's the red, numbered to 299. Not bad, not bad. You got a 9.5.
That's nice.
Yeah, if you can get that rainbow there in the light, then it looks really sweet.
Yeah, that Phoenix, that's nice.
Phoenix is so nice. All right, and then this is your last one. I haven't even peeled off the thing yet to see. This is the 2017 also purple, numbered to 149. Missed it by that much.
Oh,
5.
that purple looks good with that blue.
So go ahead, pay your invoice if you have it, and come pick these baby up. I think he is also the one that said, any update on SGC grades posting when they pop? As far as I know, that's not something, Michael, correct me if I'm wrong, that SGC does. You don't know your grades until they come back. Is that true? At least in your...
Not. I mean, this is when I've submitted to SGC personally, like directly. I don't know how they handle it for bulk submitters, but I from what I remember, it's been a while since I've submitted with SGC. So, guys, when you submit with SGC directly, one of the benefits of going through a group submitter like Grand Slam is that you don't come out of pocket immediately. If you submit to SGC directly, they swipe that card right when you send the cards. It's not this you get charged when your grades pop. They get their money up front.
Do you get to see your grades before the cards are in your possession?
Yes. On a personal submission, from what I remember, you get notified that your grades have popped, and then.
So I guess to answer George, then that's got to be a process that's ported over on the back end, and so we've done that with PSA, and I don't know if Joe's working on that for SGC. Maybe it's not possible. I would have think he would have had that by now, but that's some of the fun of getting your cards picked up, seeing what you get. But I'm impatient too. I'd rather see my grades.
All right, Josh, go through some hits from the shop.
Yeah.
And Jacob will get those on the screen. And while he's pulling those up, again, a reminder, you see it at the bottom of the screen. If you're catching this in your car on the podcast version of this, card night is May 6th. Tables are available. If you don't want to set up as a dealer, just come. It's a free card show.
Yep.
I'm there. It's for a great cause. There's my plug for card night, May 6th. Yep.
All right, so one of our first hits here. This is a little white chocolate, Jason Williams auto. We thought that was pretty funny. A customer pulled that out of this year's Prizm, so I threw that one in there. The next one, so this came out of Leaf Pure. I sent you a picture of this. It's 4 soccer autographs. I apologize, I can't read them here. You didn't seem too familiar with them. Neither did anyone in the shop. But in that same box, there was 3 other really cool cards, so we'll show those next. So Sean Kemp autograph out of Leaf Pure. I thought that was pretty cool. In the same box, we had Roger Staubach, numbered to 20, a little old school Roger Staubach. And the other card, there's 4 cards in those boxes. We thought that was pretty sweet. Number to 25, Odell Beckham Jr. So those are the 4 cards out of a box of Leaf Pure that a customer opened. The next hit is, so this was a case, all these hits are out of a case of National Treasures Racing. That might be hard to see. That's a redemption for Haley Deegan. That's the first one. I don't know a ton about racing, but I do know Danica Patrick. So
I do know that name.
Danica Patrick autograph, number to 25 out of that same case. Kyle Busch. This is I think Pieces of the Shoe, and I think I put that one on there because it's numbered to 10, I think. So that's supposed to be a pretty good card out of that product. The next one, this product was super redemption heavy, so that's Brad Kozlowski. I think I'm butchering the name, but Jacob says yes, and the person that pulled it said, that's a pretty good card. So that's a jumbo sheet metal signatures booklet, FYI. So that's probably a pretty sweet card. This was just a sick patch, numbered to 10. Jacob, I don't know who that is, but it says at the bottom, and I've got the pictures here. I should probably know that. But yeah, I thought that was a pretty sweet card regardless, because that big old nasty patch. Next card out of that same case. Jimmy Johnson, little quad relic, numbered to 75 or something. That's National Treasures again. Next card. That's the last card. Is that the last card? That's the last one. So sometimes we don't get, we have customers come back in and they're like, I got a card from your shop, box from your shop. I pulled a XYZ, and we're like, what? Send us a picture. So a lot of the big hits I don't get pictures of, but that's a few of them. And that concludes the segment hits from the shop. And that one card I couldn't see the name was Ryan Newman. Thank you, Jacob. Newman.
Let's wrap things up. If you guys have stuck around this long, thank you. Subscribe, like, comment, let us know how we're doing. Leave a review. All the things that help us, help the algorithm, help you find us.
Help us help you. 7 card says, do invoices have a due date? Not really. You know, I would just say if you've got an invoice and it's sitting there and it's something that might take you a while, let's chip away at it. Let's just stay in communication. We're not going to be super hardcore sticklers about it, but don't submit all the cards at once if you can't pay the bill. And if you can't pay the bill because something came up, communication. We can always figure it out. So we haven't had an issue yet doing it. So again, anybody's got an invoice, just stay in communication with us. We'll make sure you can pay it.
Or pay the darn thing.
Or just chip away. We can chop it up, invoice in little segments.
Pay it. Pay the invoice. All right, let's wrap things up. Crazy stat of the week. Pull mine up first, Jacob, if you would. Because mine's not really a stat. Mine sort of thought it was interesting and it made me think. Do you know which one I'm talking about, Jacob? Coming off of Masters Week, coming off of Heritage RBC. I always loved the Heritage. I spent almost 15 years in Hilton Head. I've played this course 15 to 20 times, so I know how difficult it is, and it's just amazing to see how easy these guys make it look. But Cameron Young, he's on the PGA Tour. He's sponsored by Major League Baseball. He grew up playing golf, the same golf course as the commissioner, and part of his contract is that he gets free tickets to any MLB ballpark. I thought that was cool. It would be even cooler if those were like, you know, third base side or first base side, like really, really, really good seats. But just made me think you could get creative with some of these sponsorships, but you know, pretty cool sponsorship for Cameron Young. You're up.
All right, so mine has to do with the Cincinnati Reds, their payroll for the 2023 season. You could probably guess the top player's salary. Cincinnati Red, big name. Who do you think's getting paid the most there, Michael? If you had to
Cincinnati Red, Hunter Green.
No. Big name, big veteran, big hitter.
Oh. Joey
Votto, number 1, $25 million. Number 2, Will Myers, good player. You know, he's making $6 million. He's number 2.
Okay.
You know who's number 3? This is the crazy stat of the week. Number 3 on the 2023 payroll is Ken Griffey Jr. Ken Griffey Jr. is going to make $3.6 million this year from the Cincinnati Reds. Says that's right. Griffey Jr. is the third highest paid player on the Reds payroll this season. I thought, boy, That's a crazy stat of the week.
That's Bobby Bonilla country there.
Yeah.
All right, Josh, great seeing you. Jacob, thank you for producing. Thanks for listening in. Any parting shots, Josh, before we let our folks go?
Nope. Trade night, May 6th. Come out as a customer or a vendor, whichever you'd like. That's the big reminder for us. And come support your local card shop. We'll be here all week.
All right, guys. Thanks. Bye.
Peace. See you guys.